Traditional churches rely on set prayers, and one reason we do that is because these prayers change us, they transform us. They are one of the ways in which God is active in our lives. Hi, I'm Warren, the rector here at St. Columba's. Glad you could join me for my message of the day. Yes, traditional churches, a church like St. Columba's, relies on set prayers, which is not to say there aren't occasions, opportunities in our prayer life, in a service here at St. Columba's, for us to have extempore prayer, where we might make a prayer up ourselves or private prayer. But the majority of our time in prayer at a service like a Sunday service here at St. Columba's is we use set prayers. Prayers that other people have written, an individual or a group would work a prayer into shape, would have been trialled in other churches and then published, and we use it. Or it might be an ancient prayer and it might have been refurbished a bit, but we use that prayer. One thing I've noticed is that those set prayers usually say something better than I could say it. It's usually concise, clear. Sometimes it's almost like poetry when it wants to be. It uses a range of vocabulary. It avoids unnecessary repetition. Set prayers are usually appropriate to the occasion. So sometimes they're very formal, but they can be informal as well, and yet they're still set prayers. Set prayers are also helpful because they guide and train our thoughts and emotions. So for instance, last Tuesday I talked about feelings of unworthiness, that we might come to church feeling unworthy, or those feelings might stop us even coming to church. Or if we were to come to church with those feelings and thoughts of our unworthiness, they will meet the prayers that reflect a God of grace, the promise of mercy that God has given us in Jesus. The prayer won't suppress, it's not designed to suppress those feelings, but the two, our feelings and thoughts and the prayers, meet and open us up to hear the message of grace and mercy. That's why some of those prayers we say week after week after week, because it takes that long to change us, to work its way in deep into our hearts, so that we can know deep within us how much we are loved. This is not to say that there isn't space for us to bring our own experience in a way to those prayers, and not just our feelings of unworthiness, but our joy, for instance. Of course we can. That's one of the beauties of a really well-written prayer, is that while it's shaping us, our thoughts and emotions, it's also allowing us to use our experience, our particular way of seeing the world and life, to apprehend those words. So it's rolling our lives into this deep tradition of prayer with the biblical themes, because that's what often these set prayers have. They're full of biblical imagery and themes, and we're included into that great story that we read in Scripture through prayer. So, next time you come to a traditional church, don't be put off by the set prayers, but actually try to pray into them and let them mould and guide you. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.